Good morning and welcome to gmNFT Podcast. You'll probably be hearing this in the morning when you guys wake up in the United States, or probably late at night if you're in Indonesia or Asia. So we are here today with the one of the creators of CryptoPittz. How about you introduce yourself and give us a brief about yourself? Let's hear a little bit about you.
Sure, Derek. Thanks for having me. My name's Steven Brotman. I'm with the CryptoPittz team. I'm the business development manager, you can think of me as, and one of the co-founders. My background is business development. I did a lot of work in kind of bringing companies together and company acquisitions and kind of looking at sort of strategic planning and strategic marketing of certain companies in the healthcare sectors. Kind of a little odd from blockchain. I also worked a lot in some wearable biotechnology companies and biotech world. That was kind of like my original passion. I was a scientist for many years in which I studied how to get drugs to the brain. And so I worked a lot with companies that had to do with sort of developing technologies around that arena. Been in blockchain technology since about 2016, 2017. You could argue I actually was in earlier than that, like maybe around 2013 when I was playing online poker using Bitcoins, which had I just had some better foresight, perhaps I wouldn't have been playing around with what I at the time had perceived to be nothing more than sort of magic internet dollars. So 2016, 2017, I got caught up in the entire boom cycle that many people are still kind of here today from, and been in crypto ever since. Got exposed to Elrond in 2020. I've been a loyal Elrond follower since early 2020, early adopter. Really love the community, love everything Elrond stands for as a blockchain, loves everything that I've seen just coming and being a part of the community. We've got some incredible tech and innovation, and our leadership in the Elrond team is just second to none from what I've seen in the crypto space. So really happy to be in the Elrond community for one. CryptoPittz, a little bit about our project, something that was kind of for the last year or so has been in some level of production or not. Jared Craig is our founder, and he's the original impetus for developing CryptoPittz. He's a graphic designer and artist by trade, videographer, just an all-around renaissance man, and an incredible project manager. So he's really the one who's behind the scenes orchestrating everything. He's the captain of the ship. Then we have our Curdy Cullimore, who's our artist, who does the badass pits that everyone sees, loves, and adores. And we are just so grateful to have him in our pack, in our family, and he'll be doing a lot of projects with us moving forward. He's part of the team. He's one of the founders, you could argue, as well. We got Adam Dilly, our otherwise known as Bat Bull, our community manager, and he just lives, eats, sleeps, drinks, and smokes CryptoPittz every day. And he's done an amazing job at just kind of building, nurturing, maturing our community in Discord. And then we have some other sort of, we have our Mohit is our programming, chief of programming. We love him to death. He's amazing. All this team was really migrated from Ethereum, except for me. I was an Elrond guy. Everyone else was an Ethereum people. And so originally this project was going to be born on Ethereum, and it was born on Ethereum. But, logistically, looking at all the hurdles and obstacles that one has to go through bringing a successful NFT project to market on Ethereum, it's extremely daunting. And honestly, it kind of loses the vibe and the spirit of what Web3 project development is all about, because it's just ruthless, cutthroat, all about the money in Ethereum. We tried dealing with partnerships. We tried dealing with consulting groups. There's no loyal Ethereum. I'm gonna get kind of hand slap for saying this, but Ethereum lacked a community ethos like Elrond has developed. The community of Elrond is very tight knit. It's close knit. We really respect the projects that are willing to do right.
Well, how about this? I mean, can I butt in there for just a second? What I see is in Elrond is just an early Ethereum. So back in the day, Ethereum was the same way. It was the close knit, the people that started making smart contracts and started really taking it to the next level. This is just the next level, and
Yeah.
they can't take Ethereum to the next level. By the way, that was my cat. He always, whenever I do an interview or talking to anyone on the internet, he is always on my lap for as long as he wants, and then he'll run away. But for some reason, he is always. But it's funny, he wanted to come up here because this is all about animals. This is why CryptoPittz was born, because they are all about the animals, and I am too. I have 2 cats and a tortoise myself, and I absolutely love them. I have a free-ranging tortoise. I have to clean up after him constantly because he's free-ranging. He won't sit in a box or in any kind of like big aquarium. He'll just sit there against the side and boom, boom, boom. So they want to be free. They want to be, they want to have homes. They want to feel secure, and have their freedom. And that's exactly what you want to give to these animals, too.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. So certainly, as we developed the CryptoPittz project, and we always set forth to kind of have some charity element, charity angle to what we want to do with CryptoPittz, and we want to bring awareness to something that was all near and dear and passionate to our hearts. Jared has been a fierce animal advocate for years. He's had pretty much a salvation at his house of pit bulls and animal rescues. Animals that have been surrendered. Him and his wife, they just do amazing work for the animal community. Same thing with Curdy and Dilly. They're both just like fierce animal advocates. Myself, I went to school originally to be a veterinarian. That was kind of something I wanted to be early on. So I've just always been, just a lover and appreciator of the animal kindness, the spirit, the courage, the bravery, and the innocence.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a veterinarian. So,
Dude, the best people always want to be veterinarians. You can always tell when someone is just like a truly compassionate person if they want to be a veterinarian. Yeah. Least likely to be a sociopath unless they like to do the dissections. But
no, I mean I can clean animals, but it's not always the the most fun thing to do. So I think that I think it was more on the passion side.
Yeah. Well, leading up to that, 25% of all royalties are going to be geared or slated for animal welfare and rescue agencies, specifically to the welfare of pit bulls. We're really trying to bring awareness to a breed of animal that we believe has been given a bad rap. All of us have been pit bull owners. Well, I've had mixes that have pit bull in it, but all of us have been pit bull owners in one way, shape, form, or another. And we really believe that they're an incredibly beautiful and sweet and kind-hearted animal. That really, if you ask me, all animals are a reflection of the home. Right, if you have an abusive animal, if you have a really angry and aggressive animal, I feel like you should kind of like, that's a mirror into what's happening in the home a little bit. You know what I mean? So, not to put everyone out there. Some people do have animals with behavioral issues. I get that, but anyway, so 25% of our royalties will be going to pit bull rescue, and we're going to be having that allocated via our community DAO, which will be a system where we're going to allow our community to vote for how these dollars are going to be allocated. So whether it will be national, local, what have you. We're really excited for that mission because it ultimately the reason we got this far is because of the love of animals, specifically our dogs.
Yeah, I mean, and your art is great. Like I said, this is the recorded podcast. We did have a different podcast, but it's a lot of the same. Maybe we'll touch on a little bit, different things here or there. But, it's, in my eyes, it's you guys are bringing Ethereum to Elrond, and that is what a few other projects are doing, and it's just gonna be a trend now. There's no way it can't be. There's no other platform that is running as smoothly, as Elrond. Of course, everything has its growing pains, especially in NFTs, marketplaces, etc., as we know, as what's, going on right now. But as we move forward, you guys are going to be the strength, and you guys are going to show Ethereum users that there is a strength in something that's not VC ran or controlled. So I believe that you guys have made the right choice. You know, nothing on this channel is financial advice. You always have to do your own research on these projects. There is a lot to research about every single project you run into. Not only, don't take our word for it, because I am not associated with CryptoPittz except for just doing this podcast. We just want to get their word out to you guys and have the best education if you consider yourself that blue chip. That's,
Let me just, if I can say this, Derek, look, I 100% believe that CryptoPittz is going to be a super successful project. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but I see it. I know what our vision is, what our mission is. The quality of our art speaks for itself. If you ask me, I do believe CryptoPittz is likely the most, highest caliber of artistic expression that I'm seeing currently on Elrond. I mean, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. Not to say that other projects aren't amazing and great. We have respect for everyone. We just really, really are passionate and value about the niche of art that we're introducing to the Elrond space. So I don't want there to be any wavering confidence about what we think the success of this project will be. We think it's very high. Our roadmap is extraordinarily ambitious, and we love that about it because we are so committed to this project. Yes, I think what you're going to see the future of most, crypto and NFT kind of related projects is going to go to that play to earn space, because I think we're in the era of that. I mean, you're hearing it from all around us, right? So I think we'll have tremendous success in our P2E capabilities, our ability to get to that mark, deliver a product that's going to be actually engaging and interesting and curious to our participants. Right. And holders of the NFTs, generation one, we look at them as our OG pits. Those are the people that are going to come with us for this ride for a long time. Obviously, we do plan a V1.5 and a V2 generation release down the line, in which you're going to have to be a holder. You'll have to be a holder of a CryptoPitt V1 to even probably qualify for. Some of these details are still being worked out. But regardless, our project is here to stay. We're not a one-trick pony. We're not an art collective. We're an ecosystem. We really are. We're a multi-dimension project that has a lot of unique utilities that are going to be coming its way for all the NFT holders. We also have some really interesting partnerships that we're working on to kind of expand, like you said. We want to usher in people from other blockchains, i.e. Ethereum, right? i.e. Solana or Avalanche. We want to usher them into Elrond because I'm an Elrond loyalist. I'm a long-term holder. I don't sell my Elrond. I'm here for the long term. My team is here for the long term, and we want to introduce what it means to be an NFT 2.0 project on Elrond. Right. That's what it's all about. We're an NFT 2.0 project. That's how we look at ourselves. I think a lot of projects that you're seeing now would be classified as a 2.0 project, and I don't think people realize developing on a blockchain like Ethereum how much more bang for your buck, literally, in terms of developing a project with a lot of punch, you can deliver on Elrond. It's right. Sky's the limit.
Right. So, when you do deliver a project on ETH, I mean, by the time you're done, you don't have anything else to put into the project. And I totally get that. Like, I can see why, some of these projects are doing better. Sorry about that. Are doing better, because they do have a little more wiggle room to even just give back to the community, and have, a lot of money in their treasuries to disperse and stake. So it is a bigger deal in comparison to anything that Ethereum can even touch. When it comes down to the utility of an NFT, Elrond takes the cake. Probably, Solana takes the cake too, in some of the things that they do because it's so cheap. So it's like,
as long as our network can stay on.
Right. That's the thing. That's the problem. That's the great race. They say, oh, we're coming out with something to, I hear that today. They're coming out with something to help it run better. So, yeah. I mean, it's always some.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to ever bash other layer one blockchains or their communities, because the reality is, I think we all have the same united front that we're sort of pushing for when we're in this
I hope
in this
they
industry.
because I mean I do have friends in the Solana blockchain. It is just funny though. I mean it's funny because people don't wake up to the signs of something though. It's like, well, how long or how many more can you take? How many more hacks? How many more break-ins? Or breakdowns or whatever you want to call them, clogs or I mean it's been everything with them, so
Yeah.
it's like
It's,
when they do get online they could become a powerhouse, like
well, they've got a tremendous amount of backing. Let's not forget
that's
that
I mean that
Solana has
is yeah.
tremendous amount of VC capital. They have, I mean, I feel like they're a little exclusive and selective with how they've architected their network. The
Right.
computing power alone that you would need to run a node on Solano just kind of will be exclusionary at its own right.
Mm.
On the surface value, it looks like, oh, this allows for only really high, top-notch, running instruments to power the network, but honestly, what it does is it creates a centrality.
Mm.
It creates a lot more of a centrality. And Elrond has 3,200 nodes spanned across the entire world. You really don't need much other than 2,500, which is a lot, e-gold, to be a node, in Elrond. And there's something to that, right? They're not afraid to invite as much diversification into their network. And
Right.
I think you see that as part of the ethos that spans the entire Elrond community and project base.
Yeah, I mean, with your project coming to Elrond, it's gonna see a huge boost in even everything. From day one, you're gonna see a difference from your from your ETH to coming to Elrond. I mean, it will be a big success story for you guys. Are you guys are planning to migrate all to Elrond then, or like how?
Yeah.
I mean.
In terms of what?
Uh,
The entire project,
yeah,
everything about the project is going to be on Elrond. There is no trace of CryptoPittz on Ethereum, aside from some very early whitelist one adopters who were from Ethereum that we literally, no, we had 100. We had 100 Ethereum wallets that were on whitelist one, and we hunted down each one of those people via Twitter and Discord, and tried to, and we got them to download the Meyer wallet. Many of them had no, concept of Elrond, so that was pretty cool. We actually introduced
right,
probably, I'd say, at least 50, 60 people to Elrond, and had pretty much a ton of people download the Meyer wallet, which is great. And then I know that for our friends and family, we introduced a ton of people who were interested in getting into this project early to the Meyer system, and so far, like the feedback we've gotten has been really strong in terms of people are so impressed with the ease, the usability, the UX, the UI that comes
right.
with Myar, and that frictionless. I mean,
I love it myself.
it's a great system.
I'm addicted to
It's
Meyer app, like Meyer Wallet, so
yeah,
bad, and it's like just the the easy use of it is just alone, like wow, and then
yeah,
the hero tags on top of it make it so easy to like send something to my brother. I got my 13-year-old brother into this and he just set it up. I just told him to write down all the words. That was it. Like, I told him to make sure he doesn't lose that. But soon
yeah.
Elrond will come out with their recovery process, which will be so awesome. I don't know
That
if
would
you
be
heard of
cool.
that. I don't know if you heard about that, but you'll be able to
Yeah,
have
yeah. This
yeah,
is something they wrote, I think, even in their. It was either in their white paper or one of their documents back in the day about how they would have like two different. There's two things you can kind of have like a recovery of your seed phrase if you get like two people who you nominate as like a candidate to trust to basically sign off on it, and then I think there's also a potential miss or unintentional. I don't know what the term would be for like basically if you got hacked essentially and your eagle got stolen. I think there's some discussion about having some sort of safety measure
insurance
built in there.
or like
Sorry?
like an insurance.
Either like an insurance. Maybe I'm actually misquoting this. I thought when I was reading something recently, it talked about how they want to develop a system that would allow those people you nominate to somehow develop a recovery. But I think I might be conflating this with the actual recovery of the seed phrase. Regardless, one thing I love about the Meyer app and the Elrond system in general is the fact that those NFTs are available in your wallet. Like, you own your NFTs, and people don't get that.
Yeah.
People really do not understand the value of that. I mean, you own your NFTs, you carry them around, they're in your wallet, you can view them in your wallet as you want to. You could send them, you could...
Right. That, yeah, it is pretty amazing. I do love Meyer, MAIAR wallet, just for everyone that is listening on YouTube and would like to know more about the Meyer wallet. You can download it on your Play Store, on your phone or tablet. Just take a look at it. It's so awesome. I will post the link below for my my referral. It is something to behold when it comes to blockchain technology and regular technology that converges. And you don't even almost know you're using blockchain besides using addresses sometimes. So it's almost like a PayPal. You can buy e-gold right from your wallet. You can buy Bitcoin right from your wallet. So it's in Ethereum and I think BNB. So it's a Coinbase in itself, a mini Coinbase starting. We do have a Meyer exchange also, where you can find more tokens that are launching, and are they booming? I mean, look at Arrow. I mean, whoa, like,
wow. What's Arrow at today? I didn't even look. Is it above $1?
I got some staking on Arrow, and wow, like, if you could ever partner with Arrow, oh my gosh, I would.
I don't want to say. I'm definitely not going to say anything about that. But it's funny, a conversation similar to that happened earlier today. But I'm not going to say anything about that. But I
don't
like
say
Arrow's
anything.
Business model. I love Arrow's business model. I love the concept of this, kind of shared, kind of. I want to be careful how you say these words, but almost like a shared plane timeshare type of scenario, or something like that.
Well, it's almost like an Uber share, like with planes. Yeah. I mean, that's what I envision that to almost be like. You schedule your plane, someone else will schedule with you. It's all decentralized, I mean, that's how it, it's like that they're taking over like an airline almost, so
it's like that for sure.
So hopefully they get really big, and I don't know if the dogs, they better not be riding below. So
Hey, no, we're dogs on the plane. If we fly Arrow.
On the plane.
If we partner with Arrow, dogs have to be in the plane. And then I would like at least one plane to have the CryptoPittz wrapping around it. That's got to be a must too, for sure. But,
all right. Yeah, I might cut that out if you want me to. But yeah, I mean, you guys are doing so much great stuff. I really enjoy, projects that will, take it to the next level every time, and not stop and give it their all in what they're doing, because there's going to be a lot of projects that go down to zero or near zero, and to keep your demand, that's I guess the main thing. So I hope the best for you guys. You guys are showing a lot of initiative. You're showing a lot of tech background. Oh, here's Petrie again. He's coming to say hi. He hears that I'm doing something, so he.
What's up, kitty cat?
Yeah, he's a pretty big cat too.
But, I mean, everything you're saying is right on though. We are here for the long haul. This is not pump and dump NFT project. We have an ambitious roadmap, and honestly, we intend to do everything we can to kind of keep not just the hype but the progress of this project moving, and we want everyone to be excited by that. We do have a Bones token that we'll be releasing in conjunction with CryptoPittz, so that's really exciting. Something you'll earn passively just for holding your NFT CryptoPittz, which is awesome. We'll also be economizing that CryptoPittz token through some utilities that we're developing. One being a reroll function. If you get a bottom 20% pit, you have the option, if you've staked your pit and earned your Bones token, you can use those Bones tokens to then re-roll. You could re-roll that NFT and basically adopt a new pit. It'll be on a V1.5. It'll be on its own contract, so it'll kind of be like an own collection, a really exclusive collection. So only about 1,500 or so of those pits are possible.
Right.
That's really exciting. Plus, it comes with another NFT dog collar that we're going to release. I don't want to talk about it too much, but
that's cool. Well, I like how you're doing it like on a 1.5 like scale, because then like you're not like debasing any other NFTs that were had a certain rarity, and now they feel like they've gotten hit because they didn't want to change theirs or or whatever.
That was exactly the point. That's exactly the point. And you're not guaranteed to get a more significantly rare pit, in that secondary chance, right? It's basically like, I'm in Vegas. I have some gambling mentality behind me. I think the team kind of has that feeling a little bit.
Yeah.
So, we wanted to have a game of chance introduced into some element of it. So, the second chance reroll is going to be a feature for our bottom 20%. But then everyone is going to have the opportunity to use their Bones token to access our customizer feature, which is slated for early Q3, which takes a lot of UX and UI design, which is why it's going to take a while. But you're going to get a certain amount of points, and where you're going to use those points to basically pick and choose the attributes you want to add to your pit, to make it look cooler, to add to its rarity, to improve its qualities in the PvE game we want to develop. All these aspects, right? So there's going to be a customizing features for those Bones tokens as well. Of course, we want the Bones token to be what economizes our play-to-earn game. So you would be earning Bones token in that gaming apparatus, and then the liquidity pool with eGold and MEX, right? You gotta give more utility in MEX. Come on. Then that would definitely be kind of the bigger picture ideas of where we're going to take this project. And I'm not going to get into the metaverse because that's a whole nother story. But we really have some big plans, and we want everyone in this community to know that we're going to fight for you every day.
Well, maybe you could have several games that that could take off. I guarantee that anyone who's anyone in this space is going to have a game, and they're going to have something that's better than the next, or try to be better than the next, or the last, or whatever. I can see that being like such a trend where like people have so much money because they're not on Ethereum, so what are they going to do? They're just going to go and they're going to create something, and maybe it's $1 billion business, who knows. So that's what I'm looking for. Who's gonna build the next $1 billion business on Elrond? And who's gonna have that DApp that comes to life and intrigues the whole world? That's an Axie coming in, and then bam, your team's good, your community's sitting good. It changes lives, things like that. Those are things that, I think that, you and your team do have a big chance with using Elrond, and a lot of teams are, they could do better. And I think that, you guys will, even, helping the puppies, take it to the next level for your project and the users too. So I think we'll wrap this podcast up. I think we covered a lot, and thank you for joining me on gmNFT Podcast. I really appreciate you today.
Thanks, Derek. Really had a great conversation. Thanks, man. Good luck to you too. Love this podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.